Welcome to Starfire Complex for the 2016 Washington State Girls High School Lacrosse. It's championship week here. Scott Ohsman joined with Lindsay Gillis. Also on the field we'll have Penny Moss. Lindsay, how you doing?
Good.
We are. We'll get to more with Lindsay, but we have Mercer Island here in our first game at 6 o'clock against Lake Sammamish, and then at 8 o'clock we have Eastside Catholic facing Roosevelt. And speaking really quickly, as we're getting about to do the draw here, I'm glad you're with us. It's been quite a while since Liz Shields, in her 6th year from Mercer Island, has had the chance to even play for a championship game. They won the Division II title back in 2009, lost to Bainbridge in the Varsity A League in 2004, and you know, she's got a shot here to get in the championship game, and like we talked about, is the keys here for Mercer Island is getting going. They're going to lean heavily on their outstanding junior goalie, Allie Dunbar.
Yeah, I think Allie has a lot to do for the defensive unit for Mercer Island, and I also think the draw is going to be very, very important for both these teams from first whistle.
There's no doubt. On the other side, you have in white down there, you have Lake Sammamish, and they're no stranger to championship lacrosse here in the state. They've been to 3 of the last 4 years, but they've never got the trophy, Lindsay. So this time they're going to try. They got a new coach, Aaron Gaby, and they have some unbelievable firepower, and you cannot mention firepower without Maddie Hunter. She does more than that, but firepower they have plenty.
Yeah, with 113 draws, she's bringing a lot to the table, and I think she'll be pivotal for Lake Sam tonight in terms of winning the draw and hopefully converting at the offensive end.
Here we go for the draw. We'll get you all acquainted with all the teams and everything. As we go on, Edith Harris, part of the officiating crew. And again, Lake Sammamish in the white. And the Islanders, Mercer Island, and there's a call right off the draw. Lindsay, what was that?
Looks like Maddie moved a little bit early, and Brodsky now has the ball at the 50.
Brodsky, she has just been a dynamo, a sophomore.
Yeah, she's also very, very successful in the draw department, and Maddie and Katie Brodsky both like to draw themselves. They take the draw right-handed, so it'll be a good matchup.
And there you go, right off the bat, they get a turnover for Lake Sam, and Lake Sam is cruising down.
Megan Lynch with the ball
into the offense. Even the years when Tony D'Alessio had them 3 times, they always had multiple players who could score, and that's kind of what we're seeing here again.
Yeah, there's a lot of chemistry in this Lake Sam attacking unit. Many of these girls have played together for a long time, and they certainly know how to slow the ball down, collect themselves, and possess the ball. There's Maddie Hunter with an 8-meter. She drove, and a push was called.
50 goals on the season, and we talked about her draw control dominance, #1 in the state, as she goes for a free position. It's a good save by Dunbar, and that's Allie Dunbar. We're going to talk a lot about her, the junior. When she's on, she's spectacular. And all their losses, she's had some rough nights, but that's what goalies are. You're going to have a good night and some not so good.
Yeah, I think Dunbar's arguably one of the best goalies in the state, and she's a tough kid to get the ball past for sure.
Comes in her 48.6 save percentage, 8-5 on the year.
Long clear, hits Brodsky at the opposite 30.
And here comes Katie Brodsky. What a thrilling victory they had in the quarters to get to the semifinal game, winning 10-9 over Snohomish in sudden death victory, which is a brand new rule here in the state of Washington.
Mercer Island slowing it down a little bit. Pass over the top.
And that's going to go out of bounds. And that's a little bit of the jitters here. Mercer Island hasn't been to this quite a level, a semifinal game in quite a while.
They're a young team, too. They've got a lot of talent at that freshman and sophomore level. So, just getting those jitters out.
Kai Olsen with the ball for Lake Sam now in the center of the field. And Maggie O'Sullivan making that call. We have Maggie, does a great job. Jeff Gross, Joe Budnick on the table. So 3 officials here as Lake Sam on the attack.
failed feed into the middle. Sela was looking to hit Corbin Stahl coming around the crease there and threw it out of bounds.
So turn back to Mercer Island's ball.
And they're going to use Allie Dunbar again. Allie has such great poise on the field with the ball. You know, she's not afraid to come out of her goal circle and, you know, wait till she's got the right option. She's definitely good at seeing that long pass, too. She loves to send it up the middle.
Allen tries to get, it is picked up there by Marks. And now over on the far side, see if they attack quickly or if they kind of settle in. What kind of defense here is Lake Sam going to put on, Lindsay?
So Lake Sam's playing a help man-to-man defense. They kind of like to pack it in right on the 8. You see a lot of hedging, trying to stay close on cutters like that.
Nice try by Molly Mullen.
Yeah.
She was fed by one of the biggest givers in Washington girls lacrosse, Holly Wagner, 59 assists in the season. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Holly has some of the best vision I've seen while I've been coaching here in Washington, and she's a tough kid to shut down for sure.
Back now with Kaya, number 11, with the ball here on the near side for Lake Sam.
Yeah, Lake Sam's liking to run the ball up the field. Not a lot of ball movement. They're taking care of it. They're getting in front of the double and slowing the ball down up top just as they come over the 30 there.
Stahl had it for a second. Now back over. Sela. And now Maddie Hunter, the do-it-all player. Back over to Corbin Stahl. 29 goals for Corbin as she feeds into Hunter. And it gets away from her, and Plummer picks it up and gets it now for Mercer Island again.
Here comes Kate Wheeler. She's got some great speed in the midfield. Oftentimes is running the ball up the field for Mercer Island. And we're back settled in the other end.
They average 12.9 goals per game, does Mercer Island on the season.
Yeah, Mercer Island's really slowing it down. You know, they do like to run that slow break where they pop the ball to X, you know, right behind the cage there, and look to feed it back quickly in the middle. But I don't see them after that look yet this evening.
In this set, talk about what do you think Mercer Island, as far as matchups, very tough, obviously very talented kids, all great athletes. Where do you feel like maybe Mercer has a shot to where a matchup could help them? There's a great feed.
Oh,
and a
great
save by the Lake Sam Braga-Leone, Madeline, the sophomore, 31% save, and we'll talk about her. But Mercer Island, you saw it right there. They're so good at finding that open cutter and getting the ball, leading them correctly and perfectly.
Yeah, Lake Sam needs to do a much better job of staying goal side on those cutters because, you know, Mercer Island really, all they need is 6 inches to get to that ball and fire one in there.
Lake Sam, no score here, 18:54. Ball's down. Stahl picks it up. And there's I'm not sure if they lost the ball, but again, it's in Dunbar's stick as Allie will pervade the field.
A lot of back and forth here already.
And talk a little bit about the ride in the midfield. It's so critical for turnovers, unforced or forced.
Yeah, it really is. I think, you know, Allie Dunbar has such great composure with the ball, and she's, you know, got a mean feed. Therefore, you know, I think Lake Sam's smart not to put pressure on the ball because she will find that open player. So they're working hard right now just to stay with their cutter. There she is finding Kate Wheeler in the midfield, who's, again, going to run the ball up the field. A little bit of a bump from Megan Lynch. Kate Wheeler still has the ball.
Mercer Island trying to feel out Liz Shields again. Kelly
There's
Nakata.
Elise Marks.
And Marks goes in and she breaks the scoring. Elise with the first score for Mercer Island. 1-0.
Yeah, Elise snuck down behind the defense there, and I don't think they were quite aware that she was wide open in the what I like to call a little pizza pie there next to the cage, and that was just a nice dish and a good high finish from Elise.
Mark's not really coming in. She's kind of the director back there. She only has 1 goal, 1 assist on the season. Oh, excuse me, 1 goal and 1 assist versus Snohomish. She's not one of the prolific 20, 30 goal scorers, but she's kind of the general back there. They always settle it behind the cage with her.
Yeah, at least she's got great composure with the ball. You know, she's not that powerhouse of a player, but she also rarely makes mistakes. So she's a nice solid player to have in the attacking end.
Games here, Sammamish. Megan Lynch with it. Now Hunter, they try and set something up.
Yeah, you can see they like to really pack it in the middle up top. So Lake Sam needs to spread the ball out or pass and really get through the middle and open those lanes for some drives to come through.
16:35.
Oh, great feed. Great feed from up top. Sela. And Sela had a nice low shot. Dunbar with the save. But
Tried to go low, yeah, big save there by Dunbar. And Jesse Clinch, that goalie is free. Once they step out of that circle, they are a player.
They're definitely a player. So yeah, right there you saw a nice a foul called, and that Lake Sam reached across her body for a stick check there. And Dunbar up at the 30.
I haven't seen that since the days of Maddie Stevenson at Bainbridge years ago. She's playing at University of Denver now. She gets it out.
Kaya Olsen with the ground ball pickup to get the ball back for Mercer Island.
And that's the high risk, high reward, right? I love that, seeing the goalie come out. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, you know, and I think as a goalie,
Brodsky, though, tries to get it. Great defense there. Just enough hesitation.
Yeah.
50-50, Olsen working on it. And Miley Mall, the junior,
went for the ball, unfortunately caught Kaya's stick and a little bit checked towards the body there.
Who's going to get to this one on the near side? 50-50s. Look at Stevenson now. It's just back and forth here.
Yeah, both teams, really need to take a deep breath and possess that ball and think about the pass.
Dee Dee Lennon-Jones, the senior defense specialist there, got it up for her team. Now Lake Sam down 1-0 here. 14:49 left to go in the first half.
I think they've had close to 5 shots on goal now, and almost every single attempt was low, so they may need to find a different part of the net to look at here as they get another look at the goal.
Corbin back out front. You think they want to attack from the top?
They want to attack from the top if they can create some space to attack. The problem is they've got too many kids kind of balanced, top middle, top left.
Lynch.
Megan Lynch
Finds the corner in the back of the net. And she adds to her big totals on the season, 41 through coming into this game, and we're all tied at 1-1.
Yeah, she's got 17 assists too, so she's really looking both to put the ball in the back of the net and feed. She had a nice re-attack there as she kind of rolled right, slowed down, and rolled back to the middle and popped a nice high shot in the corner there.
So 1-1, and we go back to the draw. And we'll see if Penny Moss here in just a second, the two-time state champion head coach for Issaquah, helping us out down the field tonight. We'll talk to her in a bit. Scott Ohsman along with Lindsey Gillis. And Lindsey, again, you played big-time college lacrosse. You've been in the coaching community, obviously the head coach of Seattle Prep and the club team stars. You know a lot of these kids. You've been with them on those hot days when nobody's looking and working their tails off.
Yeah, it's fun to see both these teams go head to head. Players on both teams, and they have a great work ethic, and this will be a full 50 minutes of competition for sure.
Crossing the sphere, one of the most popular calls. Jeff Gross puts that call down. It'll be a free position shot.
It'll actually be an indirect.
Indirect.
Yep, Miley's got it out on the 12.
Cannot shoot. As Mercer Island just feeling it out here. Nice move there. Poborski from deep. Wow.
Poborski made a nice move there, just getting by her defender and really letting that rip early. A nice low shot. Really nice take.
So 2-1 Mercer Island. A lot you didn't know was coming into this on paper. Mercer Island winning 10-9 over Sammamish to get here in the quarters in that sudden death victory. And Lake Sammamish over Bainbridge Island 13-11 at Bainbridge. That's a short list if you've won over there.
Yeah, and they had just seen him in the regular season as well, about a week prior, and had an 11-12 loss. Bainbridge put the ball in with 3 seconds to go to win the game. So 2 tight matchups, 2 tough games, back to back.
And they're playing for a chance to play on Friday night, 7:30 start. You'll have it right here on STSPN from Bellevue High School.
That was a great play by Kaya Olsen. She's, really playing the ball and running through traffic like that, and no surprise that she comes up with the call there.
Junior, 29 ground balls. That's hustle right there.
She's a bit of a vacuum for Lake Sam, which is, every coach's dream in terms of, having someone solid like that run the defense. Her and Daria do some nice things.
Not able to get at the restraining line there in Mercer Island. Poborski already has one.
Oh, nice check. Great check from behind. Really clean. Quick pickup from Kaya, looking right up to Maddie Hunter, who's moving the ball up the field.
Hunter trying to add, goes down, and that looks like a shooting space call. And talk about shooting space. What is that?
So shooting space is, it's been a part of the game for a really long time. The main goal with the shooting space call is safety. The refs are really just looking to prevent anyone from getting hit with a potential shot.
Saved by Dunbar. That was a heck of a save right there.
Yeah, I think it also deflected off the defensive sticks a little bit. They did a nice job of crashing in front of Maddie there. She pushed in from the second hash. Mercer Island still with the ball.
Oh, Lake Sam has it.
Excuse me.
That's okay. Lake Sam now behind the net. Jessie Clinch takes
Nice
it now.
move.
Oh, they get off her, but Allie Dunbar tries. She had it off her stick, but it bounces through. That's going to be a goal for Clinch.
Yeah, just snuck in that upper left corner there. It was a great move around the crease there, left hand up, and she had 2 defenders. They didn't quite get that body contact. She did a nice job of creating some space between her and the defenders, and had a nice look at the goal.
We're going to go down to Penny Moss, again, the head coach for Issaquah, the 2-time championship. This is kind of weird for Penny. She's not in the semifinals or on a chance to go to the championship. Penny, how's the mood down there?
I think everyone's really excited. They're off to sort of, a slow start in the sense I think people are holding the ball for a little bit. This is a good matchup, 2 really good teams, and I think that they're trying to burn the clock a little bit at 2-2 with 11:40 left. But everyone seems pretty happy. There's not too much tension right now.
As Lake Sam gets another draw control. And we'll get back to you, Penny, in a minute, but we'll see if Lake Sam's going to go attack.
It was a beautiful draw by Maddie. She really she took that left-handed and pulled to Sela, who's lining up as the attack wing there for Lake Sam, and that was a really, really nice pull. Went straight to her.
Penny, is it surprising you Is it surprising you, the strategy here? Do you feel like one of these teams was going to try and tack a little bit harder and go to goal quickly in their offensive sets, or is this pretty much what you thought? I don't know if we got Penny on that. She might have not heard us. But well, I'll just defer to you, Lindsay. Is this about how you thought this would go? You've played Mercer Island several times. You've seen
Like Sam, yeah.
Like Sam?
I knew it would be a very offensive game. And we've seen just that. Both teams are running the ball up the midfield and really trying to just get looks on goal. A lot of back and forth.
Lynch there with the free position. Another save by Dunbar. Allie was fantastic in that win against Snohomish, as Clinch with the ball working on that side, has a bouncer, and it's right there. That's easy pickings for Allie Dunbar.
Yeah, it looks like she wanted that same move she was successful with last time.
12,
nice.
yeah, I mean,
nice job of shutting her down.
12 for 21, 12 saves against Snohomish, 57%. You get in those 50-plus range for a goalie, that's outstanding with that many shots on goal.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's seen similar percentages throughout the season, and it's quite impressive.
As she walks it up, again taking her time. 9:46 left to go in the first half. 2-2 tie.
Yeah, Lake Sam's got to be careful to stay goal side on some of these clears as they don't want to get caught above the ball.
Poborski
Mercer Island a look at a fast break opportunity.
trying to go for the trail check, and she gets caught for that and restart on the whistle. Daria Gagliardo on defense there. We got to talk about the defensive players. They don't get much publicity, much love, Lindsay.
No, they don't at all. But, this Lake Sam bunch defensively, they've worked together for quite a bit, and they do a really nice job of hedging and supporting each other, closing those gaps in terms of the drive. And it looks like they're face guarding Katie Brodsky, which is, probably not a new experience for her by any means. But it looks like Lake Sam's just trying to shut her down and take one of their firepowers out for the night.
Maul working the side, trying to get it. Brodsky now back over to Holly Wagner.
Yeah, Holly's got that nice left-handed feed there. Kaya, she reads the ball well, and a nice knockdown from her.
Wagner picks it up again. Holly talked about her assists, just outstanding. She can put it through the net herself.
Yeah, she's definitely a double threat there, but really looks to feed the ball, and I'm always impressed with her ability to put that ball on her teammate's stick.
Before Claire Underwood, the sophomore, had the ball there for a second for Mercer Island in the black, Lake Sam in the white. Semifinals, we're at Crossfire here, just south of downtown Seattle.
Mercer Island playing with a lot more composure here. It's good to see after the last couple of times down the field.
Just tossing around. And this is where we talk about they're contemplating. Everyone's hush-hush about a 90-second shot clock in the college NCAA. Do you have an opinion as we watch Holly Wagner get it out to Marks? Do you have an opinion on that, whether you think it's good for the game?
Yeah, I think it'll be a huge change at the Division I level, and it'll certainly take a while to trickle down to us, but huge game changer on the horizon for sure.
Gagliardo with a great job getting in the middle of that pass, just having her stick up. That's what you talk about. Always have your stick up. And now Lake Sam, another turnover.
Yeah, seeing that composure, they reverse the ball here.
And there's a wide open.
Great transition.
Maddie Hunter
to Verena Knowles.
To Knowles, the junior midi. And that's a fast break.
Yeah, that started in the backfield with Daria there. She had some nice poise after a couple bobbles, moved the ball back behind the net. And that reversal can be really deadly towards any team. Just, pushing that ball up through space gives you a lot more options. And they had them. They had a 3-on-2 there going into the attacking end, and Dunbar was left all by herself. Great finish, great composure by Verena. Sometimes those are the toughest shots to make.
And we go back to the draw here as we're Getting ready again. That's what's so fun about these semifinals. Sometimes it's not the Maddie Hunters. It's not, Verena Knowles, again, she hasn't scored 30 goals this season. They're not keying on her, but she hustled down, made a good space there for Maddie to get her the ball, and Lake Sammamish in business one more time here.
Yeah, it's always great to see those kids step up and see the back of the net or make those pivotal passes that are game changers.
Chin with the ball. Another junior. Boy, they got a lot of juniors. Some of them were on, either didn't play or was around when Lake Sam went to those 3 state championship games. Strickland now with it out front. And there's a call by Maggie O'Sullivan. And what do you think that was?
I'm not sure if that was a 3-second call or if she was called for a little bit of detaining as she moved through the middle there with a cutter.
Corbin Stahl with the ball there. Now she gets it back off.
Great re-attack look again from Megan Lynn. She's got some really nice composure and decision making, and there it is. She draws the shooting space.
And what do you talk to your defender about how to? She's trying to make her go left, obviously, and go for help for a slide there as Lynch sets it up.
Just want to approach those players from the side with the stick in front is kind of the best you can do. Some goalies would much prefer a shooting space call, an 8-meter look as opposed to a driver, 5 feet on top of the goal.
Mercer Island now with the ball, down 3-2. 5:21 left to go in the first half. Taking herself. Sophia, the senior defender.
Yeah, she's been a great defensive leader and captain for Mercer Island this year. It's been great to see her step up this year. She's done some good things in the backfield for them and certainly uses her speed to her advantage in transition.
How much air does it take out of the sails when you're offense? You go down there, you're eating clock, you're in your rhythm, and you come away with a turnover, and then you got to get all the way back down after you didn't get a good look.
Yeah, it's tough, especially for those midfielders who, both sides haven't come off the field yet. It's a lot of conditioning, it's a lot of running, and they're doing a nice job of digging deep.
Great feed! Shoot and score there for Katie Brodsky, the sophomore midi. She is dynamic. She had 6 draw controls against Lake Sam in their win, 39 goals on the year, and she punches her first of this semifinal.
Mercer Island loves that pass from either the elbow, slightly low, or, off to the right side if we're looking at the goal, because they've got Brodsky and a whole slew of others coming off those picks and off those defensive bodies, right hand up, ready for a catch and shot.
Tied up 3-3, 4:37 left to go in the first half. Scott Ohsman, Lindsey Gillis, Penny Moss with you here from Starfire Complex. The first of 2 here on STSPN. We have an 8 p.m. game. Eastside Catholic making their debut here in the semifinals against Roosevelt. Should be a good one at 8 o'clock. Maddie Hunter.
Maddie seems to be, finding some success at the draw in terms of at least getting the ball to her left. So it enables her to box Brodsky out. So she's definitely got the advantage there. We just need to see those other Lake Sam players get in front of MI.
Good defense there, and Olsen comes up with it for Lake Sam. A couple turnovers deep in their offensive set, and Lake Sam has made them pay here on transition. Another great check right there. And Edith Harris, the official, makes the call. And Montague, the junior defender there, had a great check there, but
yeah, it didn't quite go in her favor there, but she's a hustler. She played that right in terms of keeping clinch on the sideline and looking to go for that stick.
Work it out front. Maddie Strickland.
So here Lake Sam really likes to keep that ball up top, and when they move it, they really need to clear through the middle and open up those lanes instead of just exchanging away. Really tough to take a one-on-one draw there where no one's cleared some space.
Strickland with a shot saved by Dunbar, but there's the hustling Strickland there. You love that, gets her own rebound.
Yeah, I think something we're seeing from the Lake Sam attack is they're really shooting the ball consistently low and without a fake. And Dunbar, you've got to move her. You've got to give her a little bit more to work with in order to get that ball in the back of the net.
Sela Chin now working, finds an open Jessie Clinch.
You know, they're looking for that that pass from high to low quite often. Mercer Island's doing a nice job of staying goal side. They're just looking to get that stick in the passing lane a little bit more.
Sela is such a balanced player, 17 goals, 18 assists on the year. That's hard for a defender when you've got him thinking, is she gonna pass it or is she gonna blow by me?
Yeah. For sure. Sela's another one of those kids that just plays with a lot of poise and makes good decisions.
Hunter wants in the front. There's a shot wide. It'll stay Lake Sammamish ball here with 2 minutes and 20 seconds and counting down in this first half of the semifinal, Lake Sammamish and Mercer Island.
Yeah, these 8 meters, it's really nice to see girls leave the line and get in there quick. There's not too many girls that have the firepower at this level to take kind of a 1-2 step and let it go. So you really want to push the ball as far as you can without getting yourself into trouble.
Call there, Maddie Hunter on the 8 meter.
Nice.
And right into the net of Allie Dunbar.
Yeah, you hope that these attackers remember that Allie's a lefty.
And 2 kids just going hard after the ball. Jeff Gross has to make a call there. Jeff Gross, one of the better ones here in the state of Washington, been around forever. And the fans right below us are not pleased with that call. Lake Sam getting the ball back.
What's tough too is, you know, Jeff's 20 feet away from the play, and you know, I think both girls were really making a hard play at the ball, and so you got to trust that he knows what he's doing down there, and he certainly
Wyrick
does.
It's always tough. Amy Wyrick with the ball again. She's been around for a long time. She went to those state championship games. As Lake Sam trying to wheel down now. We're under 2 minutes, so the clock will be taken down at the field. Lynch with it for Lake Sam. Passes into Strickland. Tried the one-timer, not there. Picked up by Brodsky. Brodsky, can she hang on? She can.
Great pickup. You know, with less than 2 minutes, you really want to possess the ball and try to get that last shot to put you up over on top going into halftime.
And we'll go down to Penny Moss at halftime. She'll maybe go talk to head coach for Lake Sammamish, Erin Gabby. Her second year.
Great
Assistant
defense.
Fiona Moore and Lake Sam now.
You know, it's so frustrating, right? You come up with that defensive turnover and turn the ball right back over yourself. You've got to have some poise with the ball coming out of the backfield.
Sophia Serro, the senior. Great job this year, 23 ground balls. Now she gets it off to Poborski. Leah. And a shooting space call. Great job by Leah to recognize that and attack. 3-3 tie. Here's Poborski. And she scores!
Dragoleone just couldn't come up with that save. She was there, though. She was very close.
Second goal for Leah Poborski, the junior attacker. And that puts Mercer Island up 4-3. Closing seconds here of the first half.
Yeah,
that's a big momentum right there.
Huge amount of momentum. You know, Maddie's consistently getting the ball, like I said, over to her left here. And I'm surprised I haven't seen any adjustments from some of the midfielders on the circle.
Maddie Hunter, we talk about it, 113 draw controls on the season coming tonight, #1 in the state. Nobody actually even really that close. As going for the ball, Wyrick tries it. Now there's going to be a run, and here's Wagoner. And that is the half. 4-3 at halftime. We're going to try and go down to Penny Moss. She's going to try and get Erin Gaby, the head coach for Lake Sam, and get some thoughts for Erin if we can go down to Penny right now.
Hi, Scott. I've got Erin Gaby with me right now, head coach for Lake Sam. And Erin, I just wanted to ask you a couple questions. Obviously, a tight match to this point, and probably you're going to have to think about changing some things up in the second half. Are you going to kind of stay with the slower possession, or are you going to move on to something?
So, I mean, I think one thing that we really need to look at doing is varying our shots a little bit. The goalie has done a great job saving things low. We're getting the opportunities and we're getting the good looks. It's just a matter of making sure we finish and find the net. And I think we can do that if we go a little offhand, high or mid. And then another thing is our ride. They're doing a good job of getting the clears out really far down the field. So we just need to push that pressure that we've become kind of known for in the past couple games up a little bit and really start to redefend a little bit further back and make sure that we're putting pressure on the ride.
Well, that sounds like a good plan.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'd like to talk to your girl.
All right, great. Thank you, Penny.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Penny Moss, the two-time champion. It's not very often you get interviewed by somebody who just came off back-to-back state titles.
Yeah, and Penny kind of getting a tough draw there, having to play EC in the quarterfinals. Really tough matchup, but great game. Two very competitive teams, lots of speed in the midfield there, and I'm sure this is very new for Penny.
You heard what Coach Gaby talked about, and for those, Lindsay's shaking her head saying, yes, I agree. We'll get more of your thoughts as we head into the second half about some key adjustments of your coaching this team in the huddle after a little bit. Right now, we're going to step away. It is halftime, 4-3 here from Starfire Complex, Mercer Island, with a big shot. Leah Poborski, 2 goals so far. We'll get some stats and all kinds of good stuff right here on STSPN. It's the road to Friday night, the 2016 Washington State Girls High School Lacrosse Championship, live STSPN 7:30 from Bellevue High School. It's halftime here, 4-3 Mercer Island. We'll be back right after these messages. All right, we're back here, Starfire Complex Sports Stadium here, south of Seattle, Washington. Scott Ohsman, Lindsey Gillis, and Penny Moss down on the field. The Mercer Island, the Islanders up 4-3 over Lake Sammamish. Lindsey, what are you talking to? We heard from head coach Aaron Gaby for Lake Sammamish. What do you think Mercer Island head coach Liz Shields told her girls at halftime?
Yeah, I think both teams need to do a better job of possessing the ball. Possession is totally key in a game that's this low scoring and this close. So staying in front of your kid at that whistle is really important, since the ball seems to be kind of bouncing and bobbling off of the draw here. New draw for Mercer Island. Miley Mall is going to take it from Mercer Island, and I think both coaches are probably hoping for a little bit of less run and gun here in the second half.
Mall 8 draw controls on the season coming into tonight's semifinal game. Trying to get to Friday night. Tight game. Kind of what we thought. A lot of firepower, a lot of shots on goal. And they haven't only gotten 3 past Allie Dunbar so far. The outstanding goalie for Mercer Island is Lake Sam comes up with that one.
Yeah, Allie Dunbar has really been a game changer for Mercer Island's defense in the first half. And on the flip side, I think Kaya Elson has come up with some really huge plays in terms of knockdowns, ground balls, and pushing the ball in their offensive direction.
Wide open, shot and miss wide. Oh, she wants that one, Megan Lynch.
Yeah, it can be hard to come back off of a shot like that. Kind of a wide open momentum going your way, right hand up. Great look at the net there, but hopefully she can move on.
Maddie Hunter rolling right. She gets an open look and closes off the angle there. Nice rebound by Lynch.
Yeah, that's the second time Maddie's looked to go stick side high, and she's really got to switch it up if she wants to be successful against Dunbar. But again, you see Mercer Island up top, pressuring that.
And Clinch tries it, but there is the keeper.
Oh.
Dunbar, though, as Chin gets in the way, great hustle there by Sela Chin with the ball right now.
Yeah, tough decision to make a quick clear up the middle there.
And Sela, I think she thought a shooting space call was going to be called right there. It wasn't. She kind of hesitated as girls were right in her way. Good thing she did.
Yeah, and you see that a lot. You really got to coach your girls to go until you hear the whistle.
Sophia Cerro picks it up. Now he gets it into Brodsky over Mercer Island in the black. They go down low. Wagoner. Yellow flag is up. Shoots and scores. Holly Wagoner.
Yeah, taking full advantage of the slow flag there, although I'm not so sure she saw it in Jeff's hand. But great finish, great look with the left hand up there.
Mercer Island, a 2-goal lead here, just the start of the second half. This first of our doubleheader semifinals get to the 2016 Washington State Championship game Friday night. And Maddie Hunter goes back for the draw one more time.
So here we see Miley trying to do the same thing that Katie Brodsky was doing in the first half. But on that last draw, we saw Maddie Hunter get the ball to herself a little bit easier than in previous draws.
And we'll see who comes up with it. Ball down, trying to get it. And Marks just goes and takes care of it right there. That's such a tough part. It's such a critical part of this game. Obviously possession, the winner of all things, but those ground balls in a big crowd and traffic.
Yeah, they're tough. You want equal amounts of opponents headed for those 50-50s, and you really need those players that are determined to run through the ball and get low.
Just an outstanding work there by Sela Chin. She got the ball down out of the cross, then she kind of shielded off, but here comes Mercer Island right back.
Yeah, a tough pass there from Sela, and Mercer Island taking full advantage, slowing it down. Allie Dunbar, taking her sweet time, which is a smart thing to do in this case.
Sela Chin, number 10 in the white. She passed it, and there was Montague, number 10, in the black jersey for Mercer Island to get it now in the The big net of Allie Dunbar, the junior. Talked a lot about her season so far. These two teams played during the regular season, and Mercer Island on March 16th beat them 13-5 at Mercer Island.
Yeah, first game of the season there, and we're seeing two very different teams here a couple of months later.
Now,
Poborski.
Poborski with it. And Dunbar had a good night that night against Lake Sam as well. Poborski with 2 goals. In the first half, she loses it, and there's Maddie Hunter.
Great snag by Maddie. Oof. Come through some traffic there. She's got some great composure, knew the call was going to go her way. Now she just needs to push that ball up the field with some composure.
Hunter, the do-it-all player. No goals here so far. Mercer Island with a 5-3 lead. Here comes Lake Sam. Wyrick. She'll bring it back behind the goal and settle the offense.
Yeah, you know, something that I expected to see a little bit more of tonight was some attacking around the crease. And, you know, we've seen Lake Sam, we've seen Clinch do it a little bit. But other than that, you know, it's been kind of an area that neither team has really attacked.
Strickland gets it back.
Good work there, getting the ball back.
Brodsky there. Tried to get a trail check, and she got called. That was a little tomahawk.
Yeah, and that's one of those things, too, where as the offensive player, you've got to be aware that once you make that dodge, that she's on your back, and you really want to avoid.
Nobody on her back. Corbin Stahl.
Beautiful finish by Corbin. She
nails it.
Corbin sees the back of the net better than better than most of the attackers I've worked with in the last 5 years, and it's really great to see her stepping up there and putting one in for Lake Sam.
Stahl hot coming into tonight. She had 3 big goals, 2 assists in that win, 13-11 over Bainbridge Island in the quarterfinal to get to this game. And now it's 5-4 with 20 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in this first semifinal game.
It's interesting seeing Sela line up on the line like this and not, you know, goal side of Brodsky, especially when Maddie's been successful at getting the ball, you know, to her left shoulder, you know, into her defensive end a little bit. So seeing very little adjustments on the circle.
And that's always a tweaking, those matchups. Do I change out? Now, with Maddie Hunter, you don't change the draw typically, but the girls on the circle, sometimes you do change that out to get a different rhythm, and that's what happened right there.
But again, the ball went straight behind Maddie, and if Sela had been goal side of Brodsky, she would have done a much better job coming at that ball than she did.
And Hunter hasn't gotten a goal yet, but she is just always around the ball. And she's got it in her cross right now. She makes a move. Now she's got to look, and she makes them pay. Just on cue, Maddie Hunter gets in the game here with her first goal and tied up at 5 with 19:48 left.
Yeah, 2 goals within a minute of one another. You know, that's how fast this game can change, and that's some nice momentum for Lake Sam, you know. Really great to see Corbin and Maddie step up and finish there.
Want to go down. We have Penny Moss, the Issaquah head coach, coming off 2 championships. They were, unfortunately for Penny, they were taken out by Eastside Catholic in the quarterfinal. And we'll see Eastside Catholic here tonight. Penny, anything you're seeing down there, some adjustments by either team in that perspective as she's right down where the players are?
Yeah, I would say that it looks like Lake Sam is really, they are speeding the game up a little bit. And when they get down to the 8, they're really taking the opportunities to get right in there right away and not settle as much. So they're not giving Mercer Island as much time to get set up. And it seems to be effective.
Excellent, Penny. Great job, Wyrick.
Yeah.
Anybody going to take her?
Great decision by Wyrick to kind of slow things down and wait for a better opportunity. Lake Sam coming up with another ground ball there. Great look into Strickland.
And Maddie Strickland gets the feed, and she gets it done. And all of a sudden, Allie Dunbar, who was a brick wall, nothing got by her in the first. She's given up 3 here in the second.
Yeah, no time to
and
get
Lake
comfortable.
Sam.
and a very expected timeout called by Liz Shields.
19:08. And Lake Sam, they did press. They didn't go in settled offense, and they took advantage. They had some great one-on-ones there, found the open Maddie Strickland, and they put it back in the net there. And that's tough on any goalie, how great you are. When you change the direction of the ball, you get cutters, it's tough. Let's go back over to Penny Moss. And what are you telling Penny if you're in Liz Shields, the Mercer Island huddle? What are you telling your kids now?
Well, obviously, Lake Sam is speeding it up, and we've got to get back and get set up a lot sooner. I think she's probably going to tell them to start to try and pressure them before the 8, because the girls on Lake Sam, they have a strong offense, and if they get into the 8, they're probably going to score. So I think that she's probably going to advise them to pressure beforehand, maybe a little swarming in the midfield.
And thank you, Penny, and we'll put that again to Lindsay as far as if you're on Lake Sam, you know, you just want to pour the gas on and keep going.
Yeah, Penny hit the nail on the head in that they're definitely pushing the ball down the field a little bit quicker, looking for that slow break opportunity. You know, if that fast break's not on, they're doing a nice job of getting the ball to X and trying to move it to cutters coming through before that defensive unit is settled. And they had two looks, one after another, and that second one held, and they got a nice look at the net there. I think Mercer Island's defense, you know, does need to do a better job of staying goal side and staying tight on cutters, because Dunbar can't do it herself. You know, they really do need to support her and stay goal side and try to get those sticks in the passing lane, get a deflection or a nice knockdown to keep the momentum their way.
And draw controls, we always talk about that when you talk about the girls' women's game.
Yeah.
And this second half, you're starting to see draw controls go Lake Sam's way.
Sure, at this level of play, you can almost look at, you know, a tight matchup like this and correlate the, you know, amount of draw controls won to goal conversions for sure.
And they were even on draw controls in the first half, 4-4. And we'll look to see how that plays out. 19:08, we're back here. Lake Sam coming back. They were down 4-3 at halftime, and now up 6-5. And that ever so important, there's Jeff Gross, Maddie Hunter.
Nice
and that's
snag
self-draw.
by Maddie Hunter. Incredible reach. She's got so much control with her stick, and you know, that's the first time I've really seen her come up with it clean, and it always feels good to snag those.
Here they come down again.
And sure enough, you see Mercer Island putting a lot more pressure on the ball as it swings around the backside.
And see what the call is here. I don't know if Penny, did you know what that call, if you saw that call, or Lindsay, did you see it?
You call the push.
Oh, you did, okay.
Yep.
So Maddie Hunter there with the ball, indirect. Gets it back behind. There's Knowles, who had a goal in the first with the ball.
And here we see Lake Sam slowing the ball down a little bit, waiting to get set up. It also looks like Kate's putting a lot of pressure on Maddie Hunter.
Strickland with the ball. She has a goal here in the second, being closely guarded. Now to create some traffic. Megan Lynch. She's got a goal tonight. Ball now, Corbin Stahl.
Yeah, a little bit of illegal contact there from Sophia Cerro. Some nice composure from Corbin, and now she'll have a look at Dunbar from the second hash.
What are you trying to tell your goalies when you're set up like this? What are they looking for to try and get a read? And that we'll answer that later here. She didn't catch that one. And all of a sudden, Lake Sammamish is dialing it up offensively here now with a 2-goal lead with 17-16 left in this first semifinal.
Yeah, there you just saw Corbin Stahl look and see that space she had in the upper left-hand corner. You know, with Dunbar being a lefty, that's a great space to look off of the 8-meter. And Corbin's got a really powerful high shot. Smart look on her part.
Second goal for Corbin Stahl.
Mercer Island switching up the draw yet again. This is the third center we've seen.
We've seen that Mercer Island do that before, trying to find a hot hand. Many other teams in the league have done that, trying against Maddie Hunter out of the Snoqualmie division. Again, Lake Sammamish 6-1.
Yeah, you can
11-3 overall.
The Mercer Island coaches over there talking about how to adjust.
And
Great
that was
snag
Plummer.
by Daria.
And Daria comes up with that's Reagan Plummer on the draw for Mercer Island as the sun kind of sets in here. Missed pass there. Up for grabs.
Whoa.
And
Yeah.
sticks are flying, and Edith Harris says enough, and they're going to call it there on Reagan Plummer, the senior, and she doesn't like the call.
Yeah, I think that's one of those situations where you really want to play the ball.
Maddie Hunter, the general with it. She gets it down.
Great composure by Maddie there with 4 to 5 Mercer Island players hovering around her. Mercer Island, you see, doing a nice job of dropping back into defense much quicker.
Wide open Wheeler. Shot and save, but there's a call. And Edith Harris there motioning Maggie O'Sullivan down there. They called shooting space, looks like, from Edith. And that'll put Kate Wheeler, the sophomore midi, on the line.
That's Verena. Knowles
Oh,
for Lake Sam.
Oh, I apologize, but she quickly,
Beautiful
thank you.
pass.
She quickly gets it
Yeah,
to
that was
Lynch.
a great look. And that's one of those plays, as the offensive player on the line there, able to see your teammate kind of coming up around the crease underneath the defense, right hand up. That's 9 times out of 10 a much better look than taking a shot from the second half.
And Lake Sammamish 8-5. They were down by 1, 4-3 at halftime, and they have come out with a vengeance. I don't know what Aaron Gaby's speech was at halftime, but it must have been Rudy-esque.
It's working. Again, Lake Sam's doing a nice job of, keeping those defenders on their toes and finding, the Achilles heel in the defense, which is that slice of pie, those elbows, popping in from the side. It's a dangerous place, you can feed the ball.
The goalie for Madeline Braga-Leon, the sophomore for Lake Sam, she has been, quiet with her thoughts there. Really hasn't had to look at many Mercer Island attackers coming at her this second half.
Yeah, not a lot of action. Lake Sam's doing a nice job of being scrappy on the draw, getting those 50-50s, and they continue to kind of feel the pressure.
Another pivotal draw if Mercer Island can get it. Now the chase, Plummer, great job there. Oh, and she loses it.
Can't quite come up with it clean, and so Mercer Island will have the ball heading into their attacking end of the field.
Reagan Plummer, the senior, she had 5 ground balls, 3 draw controls, and 2 caused turnovers. That's in one game in the quarterfinal win over Snohomish.
Yeah, she's a workhorse for sure. You see her kind of all over the field, really determined to gain possession of the ball.
Marks with it, number 5, Mercer Island. Now gets it to Holly Wagoner, the feeder extraordinaire.
Mercer Island probably pretty eager to score here, but really just needs to compose themselves. Plenty of time left in the game, and wants a solid look on net.
Hard to see if the sun is an issue for
Great defense by Sela there.
Braga-Leon. There's Sela, and she gets the
Fantastic.
caused turnover. What's
That-
the technique there?
So Sela does a fantastic job there of keeping her arms strong. They're out, she's balanced, her chest up, and she totally had the advantage as Poborski kind of came in and bounced off of her. Sela, took the lane, she had the space, and that's a really great example of good defense and where the defense is awarded possession. Maggie O'Sullivan with the right call there.
And a shooting space call for Maddie Hunter as she heads back to the line, and they are putting a tremendous amount of pressure on Allie Dunbar, the goalie. Up high, and it's in, and Maddie Hunter starts getting a little hot.
Yeah, taking a note from Corbin there and finishing in the upper left-hand corner. Beautiful, beautiful look from Maddie.
And we talked to head coach Aaron Gaby. You talked about they were going low in the first half at Alley, and it was obvious they've coached them up, and they made adjustments and said go up high, top shelf, baby.
You know, and that's a great thing to see, you know, when girls can come off that halftime chat and really make those adjustments, implement them, and they're seeing results.
9-5 Lake Sammamish, 14-16 left. Maddie Hunter, 2 goals.
Here we see Brodsky taking the draw left-handed, which is a slight switch up from her previous tactic. Let's see where this one goes.
Brodsky, she's just had a tremendous year as well. The sophomore, she's got
another 50-50 here.
And she's their leading draw control. Katie, 59 coming into tonight. She had 6 against Lake Sam in their first meeting, and that worked out for them. Nice adjustment there by head coach Liz Seals for Mercer Island. Brodsky. Mercer Island trying to get back in this game. They are the Cardiac Kids. They were down 3 goals with 6 or so minutes left in their quarterfinal game. Tied it with 7 seconds in regulation to send it in to sudden victory overtime, and Brodsky had the winning goal.
Daria's doing a nice job playing defense there. Another one of those examples of just, you know, strong defender, strong arms, playing that attacker straight up.
As they look, trying to find a hole, trying to find that quick moment where the Lake Sam defense makes a mistake. Wagner feeds in, oh, hits the top of the bar. Poborski with the rebound. And Miley gets back. Miley Mall. And the Mercer Island fans right below us, they wanted a call there across the body as she drove in.
Yeah, you know, and they did get the call right there. Maggie, you know, had her flag up for a slow flag. You always give the attacker the right of way. You see if she finishes the play, and otherwise, you know, they blow the whistle. So they certainly got the call, and let's see what Mall does here with the ball.
Good job. She tries to fight through it, loses it, and she's going to get a charge call against Miley Mall, Edith Harris, and that's...
Yeah, and that's one of those tough ones there. You know, you had 2 defenders right in front of the ball. Their sticks were straight up, and as that attacker, you cannot push your way through defenders that have the spatial advantage.
And Hunter gets it down to Wyrick, and now you're starting seeing that speed in the midfield, Lindsay. And I think Mercer Island did a great job mitigating that speed in the first half. Sela Chin tries it on a great look, but Dunbar there stops it, but they're going to send Chin to the line.
Yeah, they're going to call the shooting space there. A little bit of a late whistle. And here we'll see Jeff and Maggie talk it out because potentially, you know, they're seeing different things.
Jeff Gross, Edith Harris, Maggie O'Sullivan. We'll talk about that. You grew up playing in the East Coast. You played at Bowdoin, and you go back and take the U19 teams back east. And, you know, we talked before with the broadcast about just the difference between East Coast and West Coast or state of Washington even.
Yeah, you know, and it's really amazing to see the growth, you know, even in the last 5 years that I've been involved. And when we head to the East Coast, you see the level of physicality kind of upped. And, you know, it's easy to tell just by looking at some of these players on the field who has that experience, you know, seeing them make strong defensive contact like Daria and Sela, and, you know, Sophia Cerro from Mercer Island. They're all, you know, very, very good at body positioning. And even, you know, with the sticks.
We'll talk about that great defense. You got to move your feet, just like in basketball. Let's go down to Penny Moss, who's down on the field. What's going on there, Penny? Can you get a good read on the decision there?
Well, it looks like that we had a yellow card issued, and they've also done an adjustment on the clock. They added a little bit of time, I think, to account for the discussion between refs, and the ball was awarded to Mercer Island.
Thank you, Penny Moss down on the sideline, head coach for Issaquah, and that's a big deal. It's Sela Chin getting the yellow card. She'll have 2 minutes there, and a bigger deal down 5-9 for Mercer Island here. They got a man-up opportunity.
Yeah, pivotal 2-minute opportunity for Mercer Island, and they really want to take advantage by getting the ball in their offensive end, moving the ball quickly, finding that open player, and hopefully getting a look on the goalie.
And they got
Here's
nice
Tessa
work
Guerra.
there, yeah. Tessa Guerra comes up with it. They almost lost it there. Good job for the ride on the defense there by Lake Sam, but Holly Wagoner gets it back around Miley Mall.
Yeah, and you see Kaya there doing a really nice job of seeing that open player cut through the middle there.
And there you go. Katie Brodsky.
She snuck right in front of Maddie Strickland there and had a great look from behind the net and finished.
She had one in the first, second, cuts the lead for Lake Sam to 3 with 10:38, and that's exactly how you write it up, Coach. You want to take advantage when you're a man player up.
Yeah, and it's finding that balance of, not playing too hasty, but really moving the ball quick to get that opportunity, so that they can get a second look and close that gap a little bit more.
Interesting now as they look at Plummer, or why aren't they putting Brodsky back here on the draw if she was successful against Hunter?
Yeah, I'm surprised they're changing it up as much as they are. I think Brodsky has had the most luck when it comes to winning draws for Mercer Island. So again, we'll see Maddie, I think, try to get it towards Strickland here.
Hunter self-draw tries. There's a call, and it's going to go Lake Sam ball.
Yeah, sometimes you see those centers kind of swing for the ball as opposed to play the ball, and that's an easy call for Maddie to scoop up.
Maddie waving around in traffic there. Lynch go up top. And now they're going to spread it back near the restraining line, that yellow line there. Have to have 4 defenders behind, 4 offense behind here.
So here you see them stalling. They want to run time off the clock to get Sela back in the game and have an even attempt at goal.
And this is exactly what Sammamish tried to do this with the lead, not used to doing the stall too much. And Mercer Island did an outstanding job of attacking and staying aggressive, and they got the turnovers and crawled their way back into it just like that.
Yeah, yeah, and all it takes is, a lot of pressure on ball. You've got defensive players rotating away from the opposite side because you're really not too concerned with leaving an open player that far away from the ball.
And they get it to their trusty goalie. As Sammy Bender, the sophomore there, had the ball on the turnover. As Allie Dunbar, we saw a lot of this in the first half. She waltzes out, takes her time with 9:21 left. Mercer Island 6, Lake Sam 9. Semifinals, trying to move on to the state championship game. Mercer Island hasn't been there in a very long time.
You see Mercer Island playing with a lot of poise right now. They're working to get open and give an option.
Great
Allie
pass.
Meyer there coming up big with a nice catch in the midfield for Mercer Island, and they'll settle it in the end.
Big time catch there by a sophomore in a big stage. Poborski with it on the right side. Now it gets it back to the general, Holly Wagoner. And she looks to feed, finds an open player, shoots and scores. Brodsky. What a gorgeous assist, as usual, by
beautiful.
Wagoner, and way to convert there and finish by Brodsky.
Beautiful look and a really tight feed there, but as I said earlier, Mercer Island has proven time and time again that they need a half a foot and they can finish.
Now 9-7 Lake Sammamish, 8:38 left. That's the third goal of this game by Katie Brodsky.
Yeah, it's interesting. In the first half, we saw Lake Sam face guard Katie Brodsky once the ball was settled in the attacking end, and we just haven't seen it yet in the second half. So it might be time to make another adjustment as she kind of pours on that third goal.
She's back here on the draw. 2-goal lead. Lake Sammamish came out. They were down by 1 at halftime, and they just poured it on.
Great pickup by Daria Gagliardo there for Lake Sam.
And they needed that for Lake Sam. They needed draw control. Here's Maddie Hunter now. See if she wants to.
You can see her intentionally slowing the ball down. They know they have that 2-goal buffer, and they want to take their time. They want to get a strong look at the goal. No need to force anything at this juncture in the game.
this is where the conversation of a shot clock comes in, Lindsay. And
Sure.
I see both sides. The purists who play it, again, don't like it because strategically, if you're up here, you can stall. You could stand out there all day long until the clock strikes 0 if you want, if no one comes on you. But then the other side is we got to grow this game, the women's side. We need more television viewers, all those things, and that's why they want to speed it up.
Sure. And, because that's an obvious issue, we see the change being made at the Division I level. We already see large rosters, a lot of subbing on the fly. They're much more equipped to handle a rule change like that, and we'll see if it trickles down to us a few years later.
And as we were talking about that, Mercer Island caused a turnover, they thought, and Sophia Cerro had the ball, but then there was a call as Clinch got it, number 70 for Lake Sam, and they're going to call Sophia one more time.
Yeah, you'll see there Sophia needs to get herself in front of the ball and then go for that check. She's a little bit off balance, and that's why she was having some trouble there.
And Sophia thought she had a clean takeaway one more time. Again, the Mercer Island fans not digging that call. And it'll give the ball, and as Edith Harris and Jeff Gross discuss where to line set it up, it'll stay in the cross there. Jessie Clinch, the senior, 17 goals. She scored a goal in the last 3 games coming into tonight. Back out, tried to go in. Hunter picks it up.
We'll see, and that's what happens, as they face guard Maddie Hunter here. Her defender's really not paying attention to the ball at all, so it's easy for Maddie to come up with that grounder.
Sela Chin, she has had the yellow card, but they're even.
Great
feed
low to
and
high.
look in. And there it goes. Corbin Stahl, the recipient of a beautiful pass there by, I think, was that Chin?
Yeah, so great move on Sela's part, to push the ball to the right, to look for that re-attack. It's not there, but again, she's drawn those defenders down low to the right side, so she's got that opportunity to see, her teammate coming through the middle, right hand up, and a great finish by Corbin.
6:29 left in this game, and Lake Sam answers as Mercer Island got on a little bit of a roll there. Had it 2 goals, now 10-7 Lake Sam.
Another draw here, and you want to see, all of your players really paying attention to that 50-50 and not getting caught stopping and watching as it kind of, bobbles around, as we've seen so many times this game.
Reminder coming up, 8 p.m., we will have Eastside Catholic and Roosevelt, our second semifinal game here from Starfire Sports Complex south of Seattle. Huge draw control, and the best draw control in the state this year comes up with it. And there's a call there on Leah Poborski. Shilbert saying possession.
Yeah, I'm always surprised to see her come up with those miraculous 50-50s. She just comes out of those tight spaces so well with the ball.
Here coaches talk about soft hands or good hands. Just they have that ability for some reason when it's down there to get it.
Yeah, Maddie's one of those players that just, her stick truly looks like an extension of her arms, and she just has great sense with the ball.
Strickland tries to get one through, and Allie Dunbar stops it. Now out to Brodsky. Going down to the far side, gets across the straining line. Now Sela Chin on her, and Jeffrey Gross will remind Sela to not get so close and comfortable there. Katie, just a sophomore. For everybody else in the league, that's no fun.
Yeah, she's playing with such poise and confidence as a young player, and she's going to do some big things for that program over the next couple of years.
Leah Poborski there protects the ball as Maddie's going after it. And there's a call. Maddie Hunter will have to step 4 meters behind Leah Poborski. Indirect here. So the 8-meter, the 12-meter. Leah tries, nice crash there by Lake Sam. Tessa.
Again, in those situations where we see Lake Sam doubling Mercer Island, needs to do a good job of getting that open player in through the middle.
And there's a great seal, a spin, a roll right there. Holly Wagner, she got Maddie Hunter right on the back, took advantages and puts it in. And now it's back to 2 with 4:33 left.
Nice job finding that small space to work in and getting in on Braglione.
And there's a timeout on the field. Not sure who.
Aaron Gaby called it.
Aaron Gaby
and,
did.
Lake Sam will reevaluate for a couple minutes here.
We'll go down to Penny Moss with us on the field. Penny, I tell you what, looked like Lake Sam was going to start taking off and do what they do, and Mercer Island said not so fast. What are you seeing down there?
Yeah, I think it's really exciting. You can definitely feel the energy picking up down here as the girls can see the clock, which always drives people to work a little harder when they have a scoreboard. But I think that, Lake Sam, there's not a lot of time left. If they can hold them off, maybe go into a stall, hold them off that way. But Mercer Island's really, they've got time here. They've definitely got time. 2 goals is not that much. And if they can get the draw, then there's a big opportunity for them to tie this up.
And Penny, it's a great debate. Do you, if you're up by, we hear this in basketball sometimes. Do you foul or do you let them go and get the 3-pointer? Do you go, Penny? What's your style or philosophy here? Do you keep going at it here at 4:31 left with a 2-goal lead, or do you stall and try and take some time?
Well, I guess it kind of depends. I mean, if we get the draw, then yeah, hold it probably. And then if you have the opportunity, I would go. I would definitely go to goal. But I am not a fan of the stall, so I prefer to keep playing. So we'll see what they are going to decide to do.
That's what I wanted to hear, Penny. Not a fan of the stall. Lindsay, what do you have a tendency there? You don't have to give it away here. People know.
Yeah, and I think it depends on the matchup. I think it depends on your team's ability to run a stall. With 4.5 minutes left, that's a lot of time. I think you do pull out a bit you slow the ball, you run a motion, so you make it look like you're not trying to stall, but you have a lot of composure with the ball, and you don't look at that net unless you're 100% sure you're going to finish.
And only a couple players maybe have the green light?
Exactly. It's exactly how you approach a situation like this.
Well, here we go. 2 goals. That's nothing with 4:31 left. We've seen much more than that in the time. Also want to make sure everybody knows the C-Town Classic is coming. NCAA Women's Lacrosse, Army versus Cal, October 8th. Look to the WSLAX.org website for more information on tickets and details. October 8th, C-Town Classic here. Awesome opportunity for all the kids around the state of Washington to see big-time NCAA lacrosse. And there's a big draw control there, Wyrick. Now an errant pass. Dee Dee Jones looks to her compadre as she falls to the ground.
Yeah, and here we see Lake Sam with possession, and Meg still pushing that ball. Megan Lynch there and decides to slow it down.
4:01 left to go in this semifinal game. Lake Sam
So
trying to get back.
Here we see Lake Sam almost looking like they're going to stall, and sure enough, Sela makes the decision not to go to goal.
What's your tactic defensively here, Lindsay, if you're Mercer Island, who had good practice at this last Thursday night against Sammamish to get here?
Yeah, so what you want to do is you want to, kind of run a bump defense, and what I mean by that is, you double the ball and you leave the person farthest away open. So as that ball moves, you bump a defender over, ensuring that there's a double team on the ball at all times.
Sophia Serro, she had what looked like a good opportunity. She got 21 caused turnovers on the season, but Sela Chin kept it, and Lake Sam did as well with 3 minutes, 11 seconds to go in this semifinal.
Yeah, and here you see Lake Sam doing a nice job of keeping the ball high. Anytime you push the ball low in a stall. Oh.
Errant pass there. I don't think that went where they want. And Allie Dunbar comes out with it, the goalie. And you see her athleticism as she gets, it's okay to get checked. She loses. Now she got to hustle back into cage.
Yeah, Corbin Stahl with a weird pass. It looked like it came off the head of her stick in an odd way, and Lake Sam really worked to get the ball back. Ellie Dunbar, you know, really not afraid to come out of her cage and does a nice job of coming up with it, but just couldn't hold on to the ball there.
Chen Cross. Crease pass big time through the entire fan there, and they'll stretch it back out. Here's Corbin Stahl, the junior, with 3 goals in this semifinal game. Wyrick with it now as they switch up and get Leah Poborski over on the offensive side, and they get it back to their defenders.
Yeah, and here we see Lake Sam, you know, not afraid to take the ball back into their midfield and move the ball. Nice long pass there from Daria.
Good catch also by the senior Clinch.
You know, and here we see some players passing the ball, you know, when they have that open opportunity. But a lot of times you just want to stand there and hold it until you feel that pressure. An attacker always has the advantage over a singular defender. You know, anyone who has confidence to hold the ball can really do so when they're just in a one-on-one situation.
Stops the clock again, the clock being taken down on the field. We are under 2 minutes here, 2-goal lead for Lake Sammamish. I want to tell everybody we've got a nice crowd here, and unfortunately unhooked one of our cords, so we might have lost the feed there for a few minutes. We're back to under 2 minutes left in this first semifinal game. Lake Sammamish trying to go back to the state championship. They just sat out last year. They were there the 3 previous years in 2012, 13, and 14. They've yet to win a championship.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job in this stall here, you know, drawing defenders into the middle as they push towards goal, and then, you know, popping the ball out low to high, finding that space. Mercer Island working really hard to get the ball back. You know, in these situations, sometimes we see some fouls like this because they just have so much tenacity for the ball. They need possession.
And it's tried to break it up. It's Mercer Island, but Sammamish comes back with it. Maddie Strickland, nice job, good hustle there to get it back. And now it's just nothing to lose type. You go for broke here within the rules if you're Mercer Island, and you feel badly for these kids. They have worked so hard.
Well, in here, you know, Lake Sam's doing a nice job of staying spread, finding that space.
Some seniors, a lot of seniors here tonight on the Mercer Island. Liz Shields, the 6-year head coach there. Such a lacrosse-rich community at Mercer Island. Jesse Clinch now, the senior, with the ball for Lake Sammamish. And we'll have Penny Moss will try and get the coaches and a couple players here. Lindsey Gillis, if you had to choose an MVP or somebody who you thought was just outstanding effort tonight, it was kind of a team win, so no pressure there.
Yeah, you know, in a matchup like this, it's so hard, you know, obviously you've got so many kids that are.
And that is the game. And Lake Sammamish, they took 1 year off, 2 years, second year Aaron Gaby bringing them right back to the state title game. An outstanding contest tonight. Lake Sam moves on 10-8 over Mercer Island.
Yeah, fantastic 4.5-minute stall there on Lake Sam's part. They, you know, they really came up big and were able to hold possession there. But back to what you were asking about, you know, player of the game there. When the draw is so critical in a contest like this, you know, seeing Maddie Hunter step up the way she did and take those draws and you know, really work to win those 50-50s, I think that was pivotal, and especially in the second half with Lake Sam coming up with, you know, a majority of the possession. Unofficially
2 goals. Again, she does it all over the field. A lot of times doesn't show up in the stat book. That Bainbridge Island win at Bainbridge Island, she had 7 draw controls, 6 goals versus Issaquah when they played them. She is just an all-around, just a monster, the junior midi. And we'll try and get Penny Moss to get with the winning coach and maybe a player here if we can, as we see Penny kind of walking over maybe.
Yeah, I think, you know, just to touch on some other players, you know, Dunbar really came up big for Mercer Island in the defensive end, and Sophia Sarro also showing a lot of hustle and work in the backfield for Mercer Island, and Daria and Sela and Kaya Olsen for Lake Sam doing just that on Lake Sam's defensive end.
Let's see if Penny Moss, who's helping us out, if she can come down towards where our broadcast position is, just kind of the center of the field. We'll try and get a player if we can. And congratulations, like you said, Mercer Island. Their kids played tremendous. Allie Dunbar, outstanding. All those. And congratulations all the seniors on Mercer Island as well.
Hi, Scott.
There we go. Here we go. Down there she's got the winning coach.
Yeah, I've got Erin Gaby here. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
It's like you're going to a state championship.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my gosh, how does this feel?
Oh, it's so exciting. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, I'm so proud of the girls and how far we've come this season, and it's really just been so exciting to watch.
Yeah, and this is your first time going to state with them.
Yes,
right?
yes, it is.
So maybe this is going to be the big turnaround for you.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it's last year. It was a pretty young team. We came into it losing 8 starters, seniors that were unbelievable. So it's been kind of us trying to find our identity and kind of rebuild. And they've just stepped up. Everyone on the team has stepped up so much this year, and it's been really fun. So.
Well, you've done a tremendous job with them, and I think that everybody knows that they're a young team, and you're not graduating very many, are you?
Well, we're graduating 7, but we do have, a really strong junior class and good teams good girls coming up from behind that. So feel confident about the future of Lake Sam, and hopefully this is, going to be a good year for us for state. So we'll see.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And we see Roosevelt coming onto the field now and Eastside Catholic, so everyone's starting to warm up and we're getting ready to find out who Lake Sam will be playing.
Thank you, Penny Moss. Great job. Thank you down there. And that's going to wrap it up. 10-8 Lake Sammamish. I tell you what, Lindsey Gillis, they were down 4-3 at halftime. Mercer Island played so strong in that first. Allie Dunbar looked like she was just hot, and you get a hot goalie, nothing was getting by her. But Lake Sam puts on the gas and then just awesome control and patience to secure the victory.
Yeah, I think Lake Sam in the second half did a phenomenal job coming up with a draw, and not only that, but pushing the ball into the offensive end, getting behind the defense, keeping them on their toes, and putting the ball in the back of the net before they were able to settle.
All right, Lindsay, we'll see you for the next game. You're going to be down on the field. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Awesome job, for Penny Moss. Lindsey Gill, Scott Ohsman saying so long here momentarily. Stay tuned at 8 p.m. We've got Eastside Catholic and Roosevelt coming up. We know who's going one team for Friday night. Stay tuned at 8 o'clock, and we'll see who's going to play Lake Sammamish for the 2016 championship right here on STSPN.